Ever heard of the butterfly effect? It's the idea that a butterfly flapping its wings in one country can cause a hurricane in another. Well, what if I told you a similar story, but instead of a butterfly, it's a professor of the arts called Christian Griepenkerl, and instead of a hurricane, it's one of the greatest man-made losses of life in history. When he casually dismissed an aspiring young painter's dreams, Griepenkerl could never have foreseen the domino effect that would follow. 30 years later, that small decision spiraled into an event that led to the deaths of nearly 100 million people. Welcome to History Unfolded. Can you believe it?
Responsible for the deaths of millions, who was Hitler? Behind his carefully crafted public persona lies a failed artist whose rejection may have ignited a path to infamy.
The year is 1907, and a young aspiring Austrian painter is trying to get into the Vienna Fine Arts Academy. The professor in charge of admissions at the time, Christian Griepenkerl, known for his conservative tastes, looks upon the young artist's paintings. The style of the paintings is different from what the Academy usually favors. The grand architecture of Vienna, urban landscapes and street scenes, these were the works that the then aged professor looked upon. But this artist wasn't getting in. So what was missing? Apparently human figures. The young painter was told that he had talent, but that since he couldn't paint human figures, he wouldn't be accepted. They said he should instead focus on studying architecture, seeing as he was so interested in it. The young man was, in his own words, bitterly disappointed, and even after applying to the School of Architecture the next year, he still wasn't accepted since he didn't have a diploma. These rejections made the young man stop and reassess his life's direction. You might be wondering, why is this so important? Well, that man was none other than the young Adolf Hitler. What might have happened if Hitler had been accepted into art school? Would World War II still have broken out? And would the rise of the Nazis ever have come to pass? These are the questions that we are going to tackle in this video. Firstly, there are a few key points. World War I was the main reason for Hitler's radicalization. The senseless death, the destruction and mayhem he witnessed firsthand brought about Hitler's disgust for the bourgeoisie and the leaders of the time. His love for Germany also meant that the Treaty of Versailles, an incredibly crippling and humiliating set of reparations after World War I, stoked Hitler's anger and set the stage for the Nazi Party's rise. Before we carry on though, please hit that like and subscribe button to help out our growing channel so we can bring you more videos like this. On with the video. The second question would be, had Hitler been accepted into art school, would he have participated in World War I? Well, there are a few schools of thought about this, but we'll narrow it down to two. Firstly, Hitler could have been drafted or felt the call to fight just like millions of other young men. Even as an art student, the call to war might have swept him up. But unlike the soldier he was in our time, he might not have fought on the battlefield, but perhaps sketched it, capturing the horror in a way that might have shaped a different kind of legacy. But here's the second thought. What if he was so engrossed in his art, maybe he'd find a way to avoid the draft or at least serve in a less combat-intensive role, maybe as a war artist or a propagandist using his skills to paint a different kind of war story. Now, let's step back and zoom out. Even if Hitler didn't become the hated historical figure we know, Germany was still a powder keg after World War I. The economic crisis, the political instability, the humiliation of the Treaty of Versailles, these were all there, ready to blow at any time. So, would another leader have risen in his place? The answer to that is complicated, but the consensus is that there was a good chance that someone might have, considering the times. But let's not forget the personal impact in our timeline. Hitler's charisma, his ability to speak to the masses, his unique blend of hatred and vision, these were rare. Without him, the Nazi Party might not have had the same appeal, the same drive. Maybe the rise of fascism would have been more subdued, or perhaps taken a different, less genocidal path. So, in this alternate reality, World War II might still have occurred, but perhaps with different players and different outcomes. Maybe without the Holocaust, without the scale of destruction that we saw. In the end though, rejecting Hitler from art school didn't just shape his path, it might have shaped the world's. It's a scary thought that one man's artistic dreams being denied could lead to such global catastrophe, and that one professor's denial, albeit indirectly, led to so many deaths. And that's where we leave you today on History Unfolded. Could you believe it? Remember, history is not just the big events. Sometimes it's the small decisions that change everything. If you ever felt like the decisions you made in your life meant nothing, maybe think again. Thanks for watching. If you liked this what if journey, give us a like, subscribe for more, and let us know in the comments what you think would have happened if Hitler had become an artist. Also, check out our video on the biggest scams in history. Did you know somebody tried to sell the Eiffel Tower twice? Until next time, keep pondering the past, because it's not just history, it's a lesson on the butterfly effect in human lives.